All right, let's go to the piecewise ones, which have a little bit more challenge to them. And hopefully we'll end up with. These are going to have lots of different parts. Okay. Number 55. Now I see 1, 2, 3 pieces, so maybe, just maybe, I'm going to have 3 different chunks for my domains. Range is always a little bit different, but domains probably got 3. Not all. So where do I start? It's like -8, huh? So -8, solid dot, or open dot. Oop, it's open dot. I almost put the wrong one, didn't I? Like that. And that goes all the way till I get to -4. And that's included. So there's -4. That's chunk number 1. Chunk number 2. Jump. Starts at -2. Open dot, isn't it? So open at -2. Goes all the way over to 4. And includes it. There's your second chunk. Third chunk starts at 4, but it's open, and goes till I get an arrow on the right. So that's positive infinity. Okay. Now, like yesterday, this little spot right here, actually we include 4 in the domain, don't we? 4 is going to work in my machine. So technically, this should really be from -2 to positive infinity right there. -2 to positive infinity. All of this really gets used for what you need. Now the range. So I'll put the range up here. I start at the bottom. First thing I run into is that. Watch your scale, that's at -6. Does it include it? No. That's -6. And now here's where, well, gosh, you got all these things going on, but really what happens over here? I can go all the way to the top, don't I, right away? With an arrow on the top. And all that mess in the range just turned into one thing. All right, number 56, the domain. First thing I run into is that. Is that going to be -7 with a solid dot? That's going to go all the way to -3, then open. 0 for a solid. Oh, watch out, 2, 4, 6. With an open. And then 7 with an open. And where's that going to go? Careful. I hit an arrow, but it's on the right. So it's got to be positive infinity. Don't fall for it. Remember, positive infinities are on the right, negative infinities are on the left. All right, that's the easy one. The range, on the other hand, is going to get a little tricky. But, what's the first thing I run into? Yeah, arrow on the bottom, that's great. So that's a good place to start. Then that actually kind of comes up and we think there's going to be an open at -4, don't we? But really, -4 is good over here, isn't it? And so that really kind of goes all the way up to that right there, which is +4 and it's an open dot. And then all we got left is this line right here. That's at 6. Only 6 gets used for Y, and we want to make sure we put them in a house. The only house we built is the one that has to include them in the house, so that's the one that's got a bracket. Bracket houses are the only ones that you're going to include, otherwise you're not in the house. That's probably what you were talking about. Any questions on those? Covered a lot of neat little things on that one. All right, last two. Seven. 58. Okay. The domain. What's the first thing I run into? An arrow on the left. Negative infinity. That goes until I get to right there. Which is -6. Did it include it? Yeah. Then I go jump all the way over to there, which is at 0. Open and go all the way to 4. So 0 to 4. And then I pick up, is that 7 again? Yep. 7 included, and then I hit an arrow on the left. Or no, it's on the right, isn't it? Arrow on the right, so that's positive infinity. Arrow on the right, positive infinity. And now the range. First thing I run into is that solid dot there at -8. Have all this weird stuff over here, but all that gets sucked in because what's this going to do? I can go straight up to the top on that line there. So an arrow on the top, positive infinity. It looks like it was going to be pretty crazy, but in general, sucked it all in. All right, 58. Domain. First thing I run into, arrow. Goes until I get to that, which happens to be at 2, 4, 6. -6 and solid. Got to jump over to there. 0 to that 5. Includes the 0, doesn't include the 5. Okay, that's fine. Then go from there to there, which is 8 to 10, I think it is, yep. But they're both open. 8 to 10. And now the range, and here's where the range is going to kind of trick you a little bit, just because visually it's not right there, because it seems like the first thing you hit is this, doesn't it? But really, that's down there, isn't it? So the first thing you hit is that arrow on the bottom. So the arrow on the bottom, negative infinity. And then that goes all the way up until it gets to 8. This doesn't really get anything to worry about because it got all sucked in over there. So I got to go to 8 and it includes it. And then there's that line there. That's at 10. Open dots or solid dots, doesn't matter. That line sucks that up and overrides all those others. And so we got to put them in the house. That's in the 10. That help?